a video titled Live at Castle Rock Studios, White House Lights On in Culver City Studios, Part 1, January 28, 2021. That's the title of the video. And the studios thing is the conspiracy theory that Biden is not in the White House. He's actually in a makeshift Oval Office in Culver City, California.
Said it's not possible. Come on, give me a break, man.
And in the comment section, someone named Peace Queen typed, "So, most of us are done with this road to nowhere crap. We got played hard and this side never got it together to organize to fight tyranny. We deserve to lose in my book. All we hear on this side is whining and useless people filming useless fake news about nothing." Okay. That was a big part in my inspiration to even do this video. Now, I've been looking at the aftermath of January 6th, Joe Biden's inauguration, becoming the 46th president of the United States. And there is, I guess, a fun being made of people who voted for Biden but are complaining about him already. Conservatives are calling it buyer's remorse. I hear conservatives saying it. I hear libertarians saying it. And for the record, all libertarian means is that I don't like Democrats, but I'm too much of a bitch to go on ahead and be with the Republican Party where I belong. That's what a libertarian is. But anyway, buyer's remorse. We'll take a look at who has a finger to point, or if anybody should be pointing fingers.
When you love someone, you've got to trust them. There's no other way. You've got to give them the key to everything that's yours. Otherwise, what's the point? And for a while, I believed that's the kind of love I had. Before I ever ran a casino or got myself blown up, Ace Rothstein was a hell of a handicapper. I can tell you that. I was so good that whenever I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country. I'm serious. I had it down so cold that I was given paradise on earth. I was given one of the biggest casinos in Las Vegas to run.
I've been doing deals for a long time. I've been making lots of wonderful deals, great deals. That's what I do.
Before I ever ran a casino or got myself blown up, Ace Rothstein was a hell of a handicapper. I can tell you that. I was so good that whenever I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
I do hundreds of deals. The deals come out of my ears, and they're good deals. Most of them are phenomenal deals.
And for a while, I believed that's the kind of love I had.
You had the nation in the palm of your hands. The Republican Party, you got away with damn near any and everything, but in the end,
I don't know all the details.
Matter of fact, nobody knew all the details. But it should have been perfect. I mean, he had me, Nicky Santoro, his best friend, watching his ass. And he had Ginger, the woman he loved, on his arm. But in the end, we fucked it all up. It should have been so sweet, too. But it turned out to be the last time that street guys like us were ever given anything that fucking valuable again.
but in the end, you fucked it all up. Enabling a person like this to go from being a mere monster into a demon. And just like in those mob movies when they had to kill Joe Pesci towards the end, you see Republicans, for the sake of saving themselves, cutting each other's throats these days.
Your Honor, as you can see, my clients are elderly and infirm. Any incarceration could pose a serious health risk.
When the bosses were arrested, some of them were so old they needed doctors at their arraignment.
And pretrial services recommends that bail remain as presently set.
We're going to take a 10-minute recess.
When it looked like they could get 25 years to life in prison just for skimming a casino, sick or no fucking sick, you knew people were going to get clipped. So the day of the arraignment, they had this meeting right in the back of the courthouse. See, when something like this happens, you know how things are going to work out. It's always better with no witnesses. So what about Andy?
He won't talk. Stone is a good kid. Stand-up guy just like his old man.
I agree. He's solid. He's a fucking Marine.
He's okay. He always was. Remo, what do you think? Look, why take a chance?
It's
Totally cool. I gotta have a conversation with the guy.
But then his kid got nabbed by the feds for drugs. And so naturally, the bosses were afraid he'd come out of hiding just to save his kid and give them all up.
Where you going, jag off?
But anyway, they all had to follow. Everybody went down.
We'll take a look at how we got here.
Why go whenever you hear whites and blacks say, get off the Democratic plantation? I need you to say why and come to yours. At least here I'm free. In the Republican plantation, you're not allowed to be black. Also, I will never stop. And the thing about it is that you guys can never admit when you're wrong. It's like the MAGA movement is a cult. It's like a cult. It's like you can never criticize their leaders. You can't if white Republicans and conservatives choose a black leader, they expect all blacks on the conservative plantation to follow that leader. If you don't, they'll whip you. Yeah, I know this came from my domination days where I used to whip the alt-right. They'll give you one of these.
Amen. Just like I said the last time I played those clips over a year ago. And never mind the black people she was aiming at because what she said, it applies to the Republican Party in general. Y'all don't get to talk crazy about your red party. Get in the mood right. Put on some soft music. Set the tone. Dim the lights, put the candles on. Trump made the atmosphere just right for what we're seeing right now. Why Trump lost the election? Well, one of the reasons is during his presidency, his constituency allowed him to run amok and he grew worse than worser. Getting caught on tape, boldly stating that he was downplaying the seriousness of the coronavirus. Made to feel that he was untouchable. Yeah, they're speaking against their party now, but only because it's the end. They have no choice. But Democrats get off in other Democrats' asses all the time, whereas conservatives are made to hush.
That was my understanding. So,
well, look at this here, Vaughn. Look at what I found here. This came out in the news today. Bomb-making materials, manuals found in the home. I said materials, I meant manuals. Found in the homes of Proud Boys who stormed the U.S. Capitol. They're trying to go after the Proud Boys.
Yeah. Well,
they're trying to say that they had.
Everybody has bomb-making materials. If you want to learn how to make a bomb, ain't you going to have to get pamphlets on how to do it? Yeah. Right. Otherwise, you ain't going to know how to do it. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to go find a demolition expert somewhere and have him teach you? Yeah, good luck with that. No, you're going to go get a fucking manual, okay? Oh my God, it was still so horrible. He had a bomb-making manual in his home. Well, you know what? So do I. That doesn't mean shit. It just means I have a bomb-making manual in my home.
Everybody has a bomb-making manual, he said. Me, I don't have a bomb-making manual. You the one that's listening, you got a manual? You got a bomb-making manual? I ain't got no bomb-making manual. But this is the mindset of the simplified, mindless drone. And this is how we got here. That mindset right there, covering up ill, only makes a person worse. But conservatives in buyer's remorse are saying, we voted for Biden, so shut up. Okay. But Biden had other help too. Simplified mindset led to mindless, superfied actions that the other side capitalized on.
My people are so smart. And you know what else they say about my people? The polls.
They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible. No, they say, Trump, we love you too, man.
What did he just say? Never mind the shooting somebody and all that. What did he just say? His words don't matter, but what did his words mean? That he knows his supporters are stupid. That's what I can shoot somebody in the middle of the street and still be supported means. My supporters are mindless is what that means. Yeah, that's what this is. That's what he said. And I'm not going to bother playing any of the clips I have of buyer's remorse that regretted voting for Trump 4 years ago. Or even buyer's remorse that they've been having these past 6 months or so. Like from all those farmers that gave testimony on how Trump's policies destroyed their lives. I won't bother.
We stopped payment to Honduras, to Guatemala, and to El Salvador. We were paying them tremendous amounts of money, and we're not paying them anymore because they haven't done a thing for us.
That lie he just told, classifying South America as useless eaters, knowing that we get a large bulk of produce and other stuff from those countries. But this to hell with everybody attitude is why we're here now.
Why take money away from that school that's not working to bring them up to a level where they are, that school is working?
Well, we should be funding and investing in students, not in school buildings, not in institutions, not in systems. And
okay, but what about the kids who are back at the school it's not working? What about those kids?
Well, in places where there is a lot of choice that's been introduced, Florida, for example, the studies show that when there's a large number of students that opt to go to a different school or different schools, the traditional public schools, actually, the results get better as well.
Now, has that happened in Michigan? We're in Michigan. This is your home state.
Michigan, yes. Well, there's lots of great options and choices for students here.
Have the public schools in Michigan gotten better?
I don't know. Overall, I can't say overall that they have all gotten better.
The whole state is not doing well.
Well, there are certainly lots of pockets where the students are doing well.
But your argument that if you take funds away, that the schools will get better is not working in Michigan. Have you seen the really bad schools? Maybe try to figure out what they're doing?
I have not intentionally visited schools that are underperforming.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should, yes.
Trump's education secretary right there said to hell with the inner city schools, she said. That attitude alarms people. And this is how we got here. And this is what conservatives bought by supporting mindsets like that. Buyer's remorse. Conservatives don't understand dissent. Simplified, do or die mindset they got. And simplified means unadulterated loyalty. Till death do us part. That mindset is why conservatives see Democrats attacking Joe as something to mock. Republicans questioning Republicans start getting death threats like hang Mike Pence. About 2 weeks ago, I heard the strangest question from a dude named Neggs.
Pronouns, spare me your pronouns, male or female, okay? You're not a dolphin, you're not a princess warrior, you are either a male, you're a male or female. You can identify as a male or female, but you're not a dolphin, you're not a princess, you're none of that horse shit. Give it up, poof, gone. Gone. Joe Biden is not my president. I don't care how many people try to tell me he is my president. He's not. He's an illegitimate president, like they called Donald Trump for 4 years. Joe Biden is illegitimate. If the election was legitimate, why do they need 25,000 troops to protect the protect the Capitol? That's what I understand. So,
I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought it was a stupid question, and it was weird. I didn't think nothing of it until the next day when I was listening to Soul in Black.
He was a slave. Ooh, that's gonna mess you up. Mess me up, because I was like, what? So why are we running around? See how things have been changed from what they're originally supposed to be and what it was supposed to be about? It's easily done, okay? And just like we had this election, same thing. They're on the same approach, okay? So, Biden got inaugurated today. Yeah, they inaugurated an illegitimate president. Yeah, I'm not surprised and I'm not shocked by it. And if his presidency was so great and he won by such a popular vote, really, why do you need 25,000 or more National Guardsmen, whom they had to scan to make sure that they weren't Trump supporters? But
why are there troops there? Because of the Capitol invasion. Their question is more denial of what happened on January 6th. That mindset is how we got Biden in office.
So, my message to Mr. Trump, push it real good. Push it so good that black people say, I'm out of here. I can't take it no more. Push it real good. Now the white man is going to push. He's putting in place the very thing that will limit the freedom of others.
He said that 4 years ago, immediately after Trump was elected in November 2016. Said Trump was going to push people, and he did just that. Pushed people throughout his presidency, and at the end of his term, pushed them all the way up into the Capitol building. That frightened people. And that's what the Red Party been doing for 4 years.
You will not replace us! You will not replace us! Blood and soil! Blood and soil! Blood and soil! Blood and soil!
They did that right after Trump was elected. Torches in hand. Blood and soil. You will not replace us. People saw that. But do conservatives have remorse for buying into that? No. But they should. But they don't. That's why they'll be having some remorse. Buyer's remorse. Basically another way that conservatives express their anger about Joe Biden getting elected. So let's look at what got Joe elected. But I'm not going to just look at buyer's remorse. I'm going to look at how we ended up here too, by way of who conservatives bought. Like this lady. Whoops. You fucked up when you cheated her out of that election because all kinds of voter protections groups sprang up because of her. Y'all robbed the wrong motherfucker that time. She said it all. So if this election was indeed stolen, you only have yourselves to thank. You bought it. Why Joe got elected is because of stuff like this right here.
Prosecutors say Officer Derek Chauvin had his knee on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, including 2 minutes and 53 seconds after Floyd had become unresponsive.
And stuff like this here.
No fear! No fear! No fear! No fear! No fear! No peace! No peace! No peace!
Pushing people. This man said I wouldn't be safe unless...
I care about everybody. If you're a young African American, an immigrant, you can go anywhere in this state. You just need to be conservative, not liberal.
What? That's your party, though. Lindsey Graham, a high-ranking Republican. Y'all represented by people like that, or But this guy, you cause alarm when you got representatives like this shaman dude. Your image is ugly. And y'all got work to do. Buyer's remorse. Now you got your Second Amendment under attack, and you bought it. Your shenanigans throughout Trump's presidency till the end with the Capitol building, you purchased it. And now your Second Amendment is closely being eyeballed by crazy people. And I can't count how many people who voted for Joe said that they did it because they felt that their backs were against the wall. New Possibilities was one of them who described how he felt that he had to vote for Joe because he was the least of the worst, and I don't blame him or anybody for that. Two clowns to choose from, you got to pick the one wearing the best outfit. The Second Amendment. Republicans are worried. I'm worried with them. You that's listening, you need to be worried too. Or if not worried, you should be at the very least, concerned about it at least. Gun-loving conservatives are worried, and with good reason. So while they're on here feeling that they're in a position to mock Biden supporters, I have no idea. Republicans who didn't have the House but lost the Senate and just left the White House. You lost the Senate. You didn't have to lose that too. You didn't. But you did. How? For months you're telling people to not vote by mail, when everybody knows that Democrats are going to do the mail-in vote thing more than anybody. But you tell your supporters that voting by mail is fake. Now Joe in there. So who has buyer's remorse? Some months ago in one of these videos on here, I told people that although I run with the DNC, I do not want to see them have the Senate, the House, and the White House. Well, because of various layers of tomfoolery by the Republican Party, it happened just that way. Republicans got a lot of work to do. And what have you heard me say a few times about the only good use for Republicans? Guns. Republicans got work to do before it'll be okay for us to fuck children. And what I mean by us, I'm not talking about me or you. I'm talking about, legally fuck children. Yeah, got work to do. You got work to do because there's some crazy motherfuckers within the DNC. Again, I'm not going to only talk about the buyer's remorse thing. Now, does the right care if the government gets our guns? No. But do they care if the government takes their guns? Yes, they do. All of your little videos and comments like, yeah, come get my guns over my dead body. I see y'all. But over your dead bodies it will be. But it don't have to go that way. It's up to you. The Red Party. And what do I mean by Republicans don't care if they take our guns, but they do care if the government takes their guns? I mean that the Red Party don't care about everybody's rights. They only care about themselves. That's why they don't care about Trump going up into the Hall of Records and tearing up documents that entailed what was going on in those immigration camps. Other records he just tears up and fired some people for taping the documents back together. Will you be as adamant about your guns as you was about your dumbass wall? Will Republicans be as vigilant for gun rights as they were funding Trump's campaigns, probably in the hundreds of millions? The female who said she had the cure.
I was very impressed with her and other doctors that stood with her. I think she made sense, but I know nothing about it.
Will you elevate people like this to the highest mountain Or will you just parade them around for, for a while as you're a person of color like you did with her a few months ago? Like the comment I read at the beginning of the video that was talking about where the lady was talking about how she feels that her Republicans are just going to keep focusing on nonsense. Y'all who are against vaccines should have kept this lady on the front, but you didn't. Now we're here. Will conservatives be as radical in protecting gun rights as they were yelling at Walmart greeters and other customer service people who asked them to wear a mask? How much gas y'all got left? Or did you burn it all up in these last 4 years? The great deal maker Trump is, he said. Make America great again was his chant. We getting robbed, he said. We don't manufacture anything anymore, he said. And that's true. We're basically dependent on everywhere else. But you can't just pull the plug on someone who's on life support just because you want to see them live on their own. You can't do that like that. But Trump, he thought that it was smart with his thoughtless tariffs on places like China where we get what might as well be everything from. Cutting funding to crucial institutions like the World Health Organization and others, pulling the United States out of world unions. You can't just start pulling the plug on stuff. But maybe that thoughtlessness, pulling the plugs mentality is why before he became president, he had been sued nearly 1,500 times and filed for bankruptcy 6 times. This is why he thought he could just pull the plug on a world powerhouse like China. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to find out that China released that virus in retaliation for Trump's sporadic economic sanctions against them. Like I said before, maybe China said, okay, if China can't eat, then nobody can. I wouldn't be surprised at all to find that out.